What are you saying, Slizzy? We get the announcement sent in, boys. Oh, bro, this is gonna be annoying. Yes, chat. What we saying? What we saying, boys? What we saying? That's sweet. Sweet. What we saying, boys? What we saying, man? Morning, everyone. Good morning, chat. We just 2-6. Is it 7-11? Actually, there. Top tick that shit. Where's the stop loss? 72.7. Well, this is deleted off my chart, but where's the TP as well? 666. 16687. What we saying, boys? 166. Right, boom, yeah, that's the trade. What we saying, boys? What we saying? Let me know who's in here. Morning, boys. Morning, Brippy. What you saying, bro? Morning, Tickies. What we saying? Everyone on TikTok. What we saying, boys? You know, Jim Bob's loving these gold cells. I'll tell you that. Loving these gold cells. All right, we've got a few signal trades in today, boys. So I'm gonna put these on the charts. Let me know what you man are looking at. I'm just gonna plot these. We've just had another one sent in. Let me know what you man are looking at, boys, on the charts, and we'll get into everything. I'm mainly looking at EU shorts today. EU and GU shorts today is what I'm looking at. 0.18 stop loss. Yeah, let me know what you man are looking at, boys. Just give me 2 secs with this. That's gold cells. Yeah, Jim Bob's loving these gold cells. He's loving the look of them. Alright, what we saying though, chat? Morning, Wicker Man. What you saying? Morning to here. Morning, Jason. Morning, Pascal. Morning, Slizzy. Tommy, Daniel. What you saying? Warren, what you saying? Michael, what you saying? Aaron, what you saying? How come you're looking for shorts, bro? I'll get into that. Layla, what's your name? Leon. I'll get into that, bro. Morning, Drift King. What you saying? Yeah, the shorts, again, is pretty similar to what we was looking at on Monday, to be honest, boys. Pretty similar to what we're looking at on Monday. Again, just based on these points of balance. If you watch my YouTube video I've done, it'll make more sense to you. But you can see, got balance here, we've got balance here. So price is going to want to be trading into one of these areas. We're going to want to be trading either in here or in here. You can see we tried to trade into this. And we couldn't really find any balance there. You can see we tapped into the POC. and just had a heavy rejection, right? So then in the morning, we were sitting around here, which told me rather than us chopping in this area, it's not really likely that we chop and have like an age of liquidity in this area. It's more likely that we, again, trade down into this zone here. Because this is where market's going to find balance. In terms of the technicals as well, just looking at the 1 hour, we can see really we are still making lower highs, lower lows. We came into this order block, so really we should come into this external low, to be honest. So but yeah, let me know what you man are looking at. I think a few people's looking at GU shorts. Let me know if you're looking at shorts so we can try and get some re-entries. Obviously, yesterday we did get a really nice re-entry on GU there. So let me know if you are looking at that, because there should still be opportunities to get in. You take that trade 2 hours ago. Yeah, so this one was sent into our signals, bro. So as well, if you look, you can see it wasn't 2 hours ago, but it was 7:11. So we start trading at 7. You can see Euro USD short. It's the level. That's the stop loss. And then you can see running decently. Stop loss is at break even as well. But yeah, this one was all sent into the signals, boys. Yeah, morning, boys. Gold's looking interesting. Yeah, gold looks decent. I'm not too like, I don't like shorts that much on gold, I'll be honest. I've seen a lot of people looking to short gold. I just don't really like the look of it that much, to be honest. We'll go into it though. How much RR? This one is about 7 RR, 6.9 RR. Right, let's see what people are looking at. Everyone in the chat, let me know what we're seeing. Morning, mate. Bro, I don't know why you took this. I got shagged. Longed. Because 4 hour FEG and CRT. Why did you short, bro? Right, so you longed there. Yeah, I mean, that sort of makes... I can see why you would have done that. But the main reason why, for a start, shorts are optimal is we're still in a downtrend. This market is still trending down. So I can understand that is quite an impulsive move. Don't just be reactionary to the fact it's an impulsive move. You've got to see, what did this move actually achieve? For a start, did it break the current high? So we got low, high, low, high, low, high. So you can see it was a strong move, but it wasn't able to break out of the prior high, right? So basically saying it's not strong enough to break structures and get like too excited about them. And then again, as we said, just based on the balance as well, price, it's unlikely that price is going to give a reaction at this point, right? Because as we said, price is going to be attracted to these areas of high volume. There's no volume in this area here. We see volume here and we see it here. So we're really looking for price to like trade into one of those. And obviously this one makes more sense to trade into here as it is with the current trend. It doesn't make as much sense again to be buying back up to there because we've just came from there and we had a rejection. We couldn't find balance. If there was balance there and the market was happy with this point, then we wouldn't have sold off. We would have just sat there and started accumulating again. But we didn't do that. We sold off. And especially over the Asia session, boys. When you sell off over the Asia session, it's kind of decent evidence. Yeah, what you saying, Fletcher? Waiting for GU buyers. Yeah, waiting for GU buyers. What's your thoughts on that, Fletch? I personally wouldn't be going for EU or GU buyers. I'd be waiting for price to trade lower. Even when we look at GU, right? I don't want to sound like a broken record here. But we're going to want to trade into a place of balance, right? So it might, if you think we're leaving here, then we're probably going to trade into this area here. So let's actually draw that on. Let's draw that on GU just to be sure. Let's draw that on. So we're going to go on the 4 hour. And we're just going to capture this range here. We drag this across as well. We're going to capture that range. So we're going to go from the start to pretty much the end of it. And we can see where volume is. Right, let's get rid of some of these. Let's just get rid of some of these old points just so we can see it a little bit clearer. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Right, so here you can basically see majority of the volume. If we look at where the volume is, bearing in mind, boys, the volume, all it means is price is going to want to transact in that area. So you can see the volume is mainly down here. So you can see we had a very big peak here and we had a very big peak here. So price is most likely to trade into this area or into this area. What it's not going to do is just remain at these low volume areas. So essentially, if you think we're trading away from this, then you've got to just think, what is the next viable level that we come into? Now you've got this low volume node here. Right, if we drag that across. Right, and you can kind of see here, price is going to cut straight through this and just remain in these areas here. So we've got a bit of volume there, I suppose. Got a bit here, but right now there's nothing really to keep price where it is. What made you pick forex trading? Just at the time, bro. I'll be real. When I started trading, it was just the one that everyone was trading. Really, I'll be honest. Like futures is a very much in last 2 year type thing. Like back in the day, no one was trading futures, and if you was trading like anything other than forex, it'd be US 30 or gold. Morning Jed, what you saying, bro? Morning Sam. Something Fletcher, what you saying, bro? Great vid yesterday, Lou. Thanks for that, brother. No worries, bro. I'm looking for longs from 15-minute sister. Yeah, a lot of people's looking for longs on GU. A lot of people are looking for longs. I mean, I can kind of see why. I can see why you would want to be looking for longs on GU. I can sort of see it. Like it's one of them. I think you're kind of forcing it though. If you're realistic with the market, it just does look bearish. We'll have a look at potential longs. We'll have our eye out for longs. DXY, the volume area, I was looking for it to come down from where it is from here and look for GU longs. The DXY. My thing never works on DXY, bro. I'm going to have to use a different... Let me use a different one. What does it work on? Does it work on here? It works on this other... Does it work on this? So if we do like here... Yeah, fair enough. That is actually so much better, bro. I'm going to have to switch my DXY around because that is... I can actually use volume on DXY. That is so helpful. I'll be honest, that is actually fucking helpful. Let me drag it for that pretty much like the whole... Yeah. So you can see we are leaving that value area. I can definitely see why you'd be looking at buyers. GU more so. The main reason I can see why you'd be looking at buyers on GU is because we are, like, at the end of the day, we are still in this area. Let me actually, because I deleted a load of shit off GU. Let me go back to it real quick. We go back to it real quick. Because longs could be decent. Alright, so yeah, we are still technically trading within this area, right? So and the fact we've rejected higher, and we are still remaining in this. So it's not like we've broken below conclusively, right? We're still trading within this. So I can see potential reversals on GU. EU not so much, I'll be honest. EU doesn't look as nice to me. So I probably would more be looking at GU for them buys. Yeah, I would be more looking at GU for these buys. I'll be real. Let's see if we can find an entry here. We do have a fair value gap here, which is potentially about to be inverted. So we'll see if we invert this, and then we could potentially have longs when we retap on this to go higher. Yeah, so I do think GU looks decent. GU could potentially be decent for longs, I'll be real. Do you like cold or warm coffee? Definitely warm, bro. What the hell? Who checked DM on Discord? Fair play. Lou, what's your settings for the volume tool? These are my settings, bro. I'd rather you sound like a broken record, just stick it in your head. Yeah, sometimes you just got to drill it in, bro. Just fundamentally, we have a weak dollar, but shorts are also defo the move now. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a difficult one, chat. Today's not the best day to trade, but we are still going to look at entries. Everyone drop a like on the stream, boys. If I missed any comments as well, just put it again. Morning, Sam. What you saying, bro? Morning, Jim. EU reversal from IFVG on EU. Again, man, EU just doesn't look that nice. GU looks decent because we've got a reason to actually be selling. I mean, to be buying. EU, we don't really have that. EU, we don't really have a valid reason. How'd you get the volume profile to? Performative trading. What does that even mean? To be fair, bro, you do get so many performative traders, bro. But it's the younger generation that's performative traders. It's the younger generation, bro, I'm telling you. It's the people that used to play Fortnite and then now trade. They're the performative traders, boys, I'm telling you. Just fundamentally, we have a weak dollar. Wait, I'm looking for longs on GU, but wary of the fact we have just taken all of that liquidity and tapped into the daily bearish FVG. Yeah, we are within this now. I mean, there's not really too much we can gauge from GU's higher time frame because we have just swept this high, and we're on a bit of a retracement now. But there's not really any daily fair value gap there. I'm assuming you're talking, yeah, you're talking about this fair value gap from over here. I wouldn't normally look that far back, but fair play. I mean, I can sort of see where you'd look at it. And weekly, it's important, Lou. What? It's important, Lou. Right, let me see what this is. Okay, you're a bastard, bro. Wickerman. Fuck you. Alright, apparently EG looks nice. Apparently ALG on EJ looks nice. Again, let's go on the higher time frame, see what we can see. We have sort of filled this fair value gap now. Let's go on the daily. Is it still there on the daily? Yeah, we're in this daily order block. We're in this daily order block. Just taking the liquidity from, when was that? Yeah, from pretty much the whole of the current week. So we have swept out that low there. Go to this real quick. Yeah, EG buys do look nice. I mean, sorry, EJ buys do look nice. We've swept out all this liquidity. You can see we've swept out the prior, or the Asia session, the prior session liquidity as well. And we've just made a new fair value gap. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking for longs off of here, bro. Be looking for longs off of there if you can get that next move. Just pushing us into it. Stop loss on the low, 13 pips. Then obviously aiming for that Asia high. You could even potentially hold this one out for longer. But the range is pretty big. But yeah, that's what I'll be looking at on EJ. EJ does look decent. I'm looking for longs if we get this 5-minute trade through. What pair, bro? Gold. Let's have a look at gold. Yeah, this is one of the trades we've had sent into the signals. So I want to see how this plays out. I personally don't really agree with this too much. I'd definitely more be looking at longs from this order block. And the thing is with gold, boys, that gold moves different to EUGU. It just does. So yeah, I don't know. For me, I'd be looking at longs, but I don't really trade gold that much. And one of our gold traders in the signals, as I said, is a way better gold trader than me. He specialises in gold. He's got sells on, and they're about a 10R. So hopefully these can come through. It's literally just tapped into entry and started to run a bit. So hopefully these gold sells can come through. Yeah, chat. I'll tell you what, put a 1 in the chat. 1 in the chat if you're bullish on EUGU. 2 in the chat if you're bearish. So put a 1 in the chat if you're looking for longs on EUGU. And a 2 in the chat if you're looking for sells. I'd still rather sells, but GU I can see why buyers would be potentially decent. Could see why buyers could potentially be decent, but on EU I'd just be looking at sells, I'll be honest. You can see we haven't been able to get that trade through yet either, so we can still wait for that bullish. What we seeing 1 1. So most people are bearish. We've only got a few people that are looking for buyers. Bullish GU, bearish EU. That's how I kind of see it as well, I'll be real. 1 1. Yeah, we get a majority ones in the chat. So majority of people are bearish. Which I do think is probably the best idea. Let's see if there's any good, decent little re-entries on EU. Would say keeping it simple, just this fair value gap here. This fair value gap here, if we get rid of our indicators as well, we can see it just makes the most sense for price to come up, fill this. Once we're near the top, then we'll be looking for sells back down. EU sell DTO. Yeah, I mean, most people are in agreement. Everyone on TikTok, double tap the live, boys. Double tap the screen. Looking at it from a volume standpoint as well, we can kind of see there was a decent amount of volume at this point. You can see it's pretty much the highest for the day, other than obviously the point of control up there. But this was very high volume yesterday, specifically in like this point here. You can see very high volume. Price was trading within it for ages. But then if you look at today, this area is now kind of, there's not a great deal of volume, which tells us that traders are no longer willing to participate at this level. So previously there was willing to participate here. But we can see by the way we traded through it this morning, and the fact that there wasn't a great deal of volume there, shows that this level is no longer really desirable. So I do feel like when we start getting into this level, we could see a pretty decent sell-off. So yeah, I would definitely be looking at sells from that kind of area. The 30-minute fair value gap. I'd probably go for at the top like this. This is probably what I'll be looking for, chat. Yeah, that's probably what I'll be looking at. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking at, chat, for re-entries. Bring the cahoots back. You man rating the cahoots. Yeah, to be fair, we should bring some cahoots back. We should need to do some other games, though, for these giveaway jokes. Yeah, I prefer looking at the 30-minute. It's a bit cleaner. You can see the fair value gap's just that little bit cleaner. If we go on this as well, we can actually take a look at the last few days. The last few days have been kind of stable, you can see, whereas we've had these pretty big sell-offs. You can see we are sort of stable this week. We haven't really had a huge move in one direction. We sort of have just been chopping in between the two. As we said, chopping from this into this. Down, up, down. So we're obviously looking to chop back into that. It's not really too much of an optimal day, to be honest with you. It's not like an optimal day, but... Wait 2 seconds, what's this? We're getting pretty high up to that. I've got everything to run. Deal or no deal. Just need to work out all the prizes. Oh, sick. Yeah, that'll be quality. Deal or no deal will be jokes, bro. 8-ball pull. No, allow the 8-ball pull. To be fair, boys, we got cooked at the Richesse link up. We got cooked. It was North versus South pool game, and the South got absolutely cooked like 4 times or 3 times. Who see West Ham as well? West Ham are getting relegated. Lol. How come it's not targeting Asia high once Asia low is taken? Mainly just because of the higher time frame, bro. We're not always necessarily looking for. We're not always looking for that move. Again, GU's looking much nicer for buys. EU's looking much nicer for sells. But yeah, this will be probably what I'm looking at. This will be what I'm looking at right here. EU is selling. Check 4 hour. Yeah, I do agree, bro. I do agree. Just this long wick here. And we're getting on the 4 hour. Doesn't look that nice. I'm looking for longs on Euro USD. I don't think price is bearish anymore. Took liquidity, tapped into POI and break a structure, change of character. I can see why you'd want to be buying. I can see that, but just based on the higher time frame, man, I wouldn't. Mate, that game last night was torture. Yeah, that was terrible. 2 secs. Oh, mate, yeah, West Ham are actually so cooked. It's actually near enough a joke. What we saying though, boys? 85 man in. Let's get 100 man in the YouTube real quick. Let's get 50 man in the TikTok as well, boys. Everyone double tap the screen. I'm seeing a buy, bro. Seeing how the one. Yeah, a lot of people's looking for buys, man. I'll be honest. It's 50-50 in here. It is really 50-50. A lot of people are looking at these buys. GU buys, again, as I said, GU buys I can see sort of a reason. EU, not so much. Let's take a look at EG. See, EG, to be fair, is literally just consolidating. These last 4 hour candles have been... Bro, watching these candles is probably like what it's been like watching West Ham all season. Just absolutely terrible. Literally just sideways. So, EU and GU are pretty aligned right now. If we're looking at the DXY as well... yeah, I'd personally want the DXY to run higher. DXY, it's not a buy, there's just volume down there. DXY about to be bullish until March/April, therefore EU is bearish, lol. Bro's confident, bruv. Bro's confident. See if German unemployment rate is any mover. Yeah, what news do we have today, actually? 1:15 is really the only news we have. Yeah, we've only really got news at 1:15 and 3 p.m, so the London session is going to be pretty clear for us. Watch DXY break out within a week. True, so mindset. Fair play. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's definitely good to have a higher time frame bias on DXY. Obviously, it's the hardest month to gauge that bias is January, just like Monday is the hardest day. And the first week is the hardest week of the month. The first month is the hardest to gain an actual real bias, but DXY is just accumulating recently. You can see for the last near enough 6 months, it hasn't really moved. We had this big distribution move down, and the DXY is just sort of sat there. So this month is going to be hard to predict. That's why you do need a strategy like the ALG, like the detailed continuations that you can just apply and make it pretty simple. Bearing in mind the general momentum of the market is to the upside as well. You can see out of the last, how many 4-hour candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out of the last 7 completed 4-hour candles, 6 of them have been bullish and only 1 of them have been bearish. So obviously the current trend is definitely bullish, in my opinion. And you can see that on the 30-minute as well. The current, like the most recent momentum you can see is clearly bullish. I knew someone was going to say that. I knew someone was going to say 6-7. You lot just can't help yourself, can you? You just can't help yourself. Let's get 100 man in this live, boys. Everyone drop a comment in the live. Alright, let's get the chat moving, boys. Let's get the chat moving. GJ's looking to move upwards. Clean supply above Asia high. GU sells after Asia high sweep. Yeah, that could be a nice move. That could be a nice move. How close did we come into this? It was about 3 pips away from that. Teaching discipline at the moment. Wait, pair. Oh, wait, let me get the pair on. So the pair is EURUSD, but it just says, it says in the middle now. Or on the left for you, man. Teaching discipline, do it step by step and you'll win. Yeah, discipline's the most important thing, boys. You just got to decide. If it's not a good day to trade according to your strategy, it's not a good day to trade. Add into my Euro sales now. Fair play, bro. Fair play. Our brains are shrinking. West Ham are poor this year, yeah, trust me. Thoughts on GJ's looking to move upwards? Yeah, EJ and GJ both looking nice to move upwards, I'll be honest. This is kind of coming down. Let me get rid of these real quick. If we look at GJ as well, GJ we're seeing similar. What GJ moves really, really nicely off 4-hour order blocks. Like, insanely nicely. So let's mark that on. You see, GJ has tapped into that. If we look at the 30-minute, we want to see a close above this on the 30-minute. It's tapped into a nice POI, but we do want to see confirmation. So we want to wait for a 30-minute trade through, and that's a really nice confirmation as well, chat. That's a really nice confirmation. So if we can get that trade through, then yeah, we'll definitely be looking to trade this higher. Obviously, we have swept the Asia low as well. Let's turn this on. Only issue is it's similar to GU. It's got this area here where price clearly feels comfortable trading within. So where we've got a huge amount of volume. So it is going to be pretty much drawn to this price to trade back in. So we need the balls to be well and truly in control so we can just retest and move higher. And is that going to be that likely during the London session is the question. I'm not too sure. So that's why I want a really significant confirmation, like a 30-minute trade through. If we get this, then you can only really trade what you see. Do you know what I mean? And that does look decent. Let me know you boys' thoughts on EU, GU, sorry, EJ, GJ. Yeah, we're looking for that to come down a little bit. I'm in a long trade on GJ. Fair play. Get jumping in a little quickly there. Do you think we formed the high of the week yesterday on EU? That's a good question, bro. That's a really good question, to be fair. Honestly, it is hard to tell. Like, I know it probably sounds like a stupid answer, but it is kind of hard to tell. The reason it's kind of hard to tell is because the market hasn't really played its hand yet. We are still really chopping up, down, up, down. If you look at the current weekly candle, to be fair, it is quite bearish. Go on the daily as well. You can see Monday's just chopped up. Then yesterday we chopped down. Today we've kind of... So it's kind of up, down, up, down. The market's not exactly like proven anything to us just yet. But I do think that is going to be most likely the high of the week. I do think it's most likely going to be the high of the week. I mean, it may not be. Like, I don't really like calling the high of the week because I don't really find it as that useful either. I like to try and call the high of the week. But yeah, I definitely think it potentially could. Based on structure as well, if we're just looking at structure, you can see we're getting lower high, lower low. Came into the order block, so we should really come into the external low. That is the most reasonable explanation of what happens. 98 man in here, boys. Let's get 2 man in here. 2 more man in here. Let's get 2 more man in here. So we are pushing up decently. Let me know, boys. Is anyone... Okay, we did invert this now on GU. We did manage to invert this. For GU sales, it's probably most likely going to be off an area like similar to this. Similar to here. We'll keep our eye on GU. Like I said, GU I can see a lot more reason for buying. But EU for me is just looking like sells. In GU buys, fair play. I'm in EU sells. Yeah, I'm in sells, but I'm at BE. Fair play, bro. Yeah, a lot of people getting involved in EU GU this morning. I see a lot of people looking at sells, a lot of people looking at buys. But that's what you really want. You need people to be on the other side of the market. Yo, Lou, what you saying? Did you have a good Christmas? Yeah, Jim Bob, I did have a good Christmas, bro. Yourself? Big up to all the construction workers getting frost pay this week. Big monthly payment inbound. Yeah, that's a dub. That is a dub. I know there's some people that are still going to be on top of roofs and that. Refusing. Their boss is just refusing to not work. Be careful. They're releasing the Baden-Württemberg CPI data in 1 minute. I'm assuming that's come out at 9. Let me check my Forex Factory. Is it orange? I don't really pay attention to any orange folder news. CPI flash estimate. Fair play. I mean, that is, wait, 10 a.m. Yeah, if you mean the 10 a.m. one, then obviously that's in an hour's time. Yeah. Wait, this seems... disrespected 15-minute on GU as well. Had to close on GU, yeah. I'm not really looking at GU that much. A few people are saying they're in on GU, which is fair enough. I mean, for that 15-minute, it's kind of, it is difficult. Yeah, if you did want to enter on GU re-entry or the actual entry on GU, I'd probably go for something like this. I'd go for something like this. Yes. Yeah, just thinking in line with the current trend. I mean, we do have this order block here. We do have a few decent confirmations to go along. But I just think in line with the current trend and what we're necessarily going to be attracted to is we have rejected this area. We've rejected this area and we know the next area that's decent is down here. So if we go on different EU, like let's go on a fresh EU. If we go on this fresh EU real quick, you can see we've got this area here. We've got this area here where the market wants to find balance. In this area here, there's just no volume, especially here. There's literally fucking no volume here. So the region that we're in right now is the area we'd want to see price just run through. We shouldn't really expect price to respect this area too much, you can see. Just purely based on the volume, man. Purely based on the volume. And the volume gives you like a view that price action just isn't going to give you. So that's why I'm pretty against us really just retesting, trading back up into here, sort of moving around like this. And yeah, I think the most likely option is we just do continue down and again trade back into here. We are just rejecting either side though. You can see we traded into this area and then rejected it up here. Then we traded into this area and we rejected it here. So I think that price is going to be seeking out lower prices personally to retest that area. But like I said, it's kind of in the middle, so it's not like the ideal. It's not the ideal situation. I'll be honest, it's not ideal, but just looking at what we can get. In GU buys from the bottom to Asia high. Let's see what we can do. Whereabouts did you get in, bro? In GU took EG for ALG off the 3 minute. I mean, that is literally just pure consolidation, bro. I'll be honest. That is literally pure consolidation. Where did you take it? Off the 3 minute, right? So we swept the Asia high. We've also already swept the Asia low. Bear that in mind. So realistically, you want the market to come even lower. You'd probably want the market to actually start making waves within this fair value gap here. Into this fair value gap here. Let's go on the 3 minute real quick. Find where you actually got in. What do you mean off the 3 minute? Off the 3 minute what though? Because we haven't inverted the fair value gap yet. Or maybe you just did it off this candle closed here or something. With a 2 pip stop loss. Yeah, let me know what you actually entered off of. But that looks like it's running decently for now. Who's getting in on the JPY pairs? Let me know who's getting in. Look at my gold signal. Yeah, the gold signal's running lovely, chat. Running lovely. Let me actually drag it across size. Bang on, because I do have OCD. Do you reckon there's people in the UK out of work due to OCD? Like, bro, everyone has OCD. Do you not think OCD is one of those things? Bro, everyone has OCD. Like, everyone likes stuff to be neat in an ideal world. Do you know what I mean? People are like, oh, I've got OCD, I can't work. Bruv, no one else likes shit everywhere. We all like stuff being neat. Are you shorts right now, maybe? Yeah, I'm looking just to get a slightly better entry. I mean, have we come into 50% yet? I think we might have. Yeah, we've just come into 50%. So if you did get in off the 50%, then you'd probably be in right now. Obviously, the RR is going to be like significantly less. Okay, where has it just gone? But obviously, it's just up to you, really. Look, do you have any money in investment, stocks, real estate, etc.? Yeah, bro. I've got a fucking 57 houses. No, I'm joking. I've only got 56 houses. But no, I don't have any money in real estate right now. I've got money in like other assets, but no real estate. This year, I'm definitely going to be getting some though. This year, I'm definitely going to be getting some real estate, chat. If anyone's got, I'll tell you this now, actually, to my community. If anyone's got like 10 bags there they want to invest, I just know people that do real estate, basically. From the group as well. People I know through the group that I've known for like years now. And they've had a few jobs and they've both gone really well. So I'm thinking of just lumping them like 20 grand and saying, look, just invest that for me. Because at the end of the day, it's supply and demand for companies, right? Like companies like his, they want capital so they can grow their business quicker. And someone like me, I've got excess capital that I want to give to grow. So just match them two up. It just makes sense. But if anyone else in the chat is looking to do that and you've got like 10 large there, 20 large, and you're looking to pull it together, then just shout me, boys, and I'll happily pull some dough in with you, give it to these, man, and then we can have some investment there. But that's probably what I'm going to be doing this year, I'll be honest. The thing is with real estate, I don't want to get into it myself until I've seen like how the deals work from like being on the sideline. I don't mind giving someone dough to invest for me, but Real estate is cooked in the UK right now. Don't buy property. It's more of a buy and refurbish, bro, and remortgage type of setup. But no UK. Nah, there's definitely still money in the UK market, bro. Especially, the thing is, like, in London, it's different. I'm assuming you're from London like me, or, like, around about London. But he'd actually like you to do that. But, yeah, man. There's definitely still money to be made in property in the UK. But it's like I said, it's more up north, man. It's more up north, where you can get these cheap properties, do them up, remortgage them, rent them, bosh. You're laughing. And like I said, you don't necessarily just do it for the profit. You do it for the equity as well. But that's a whole different conversation. If I missed any comments, boys, just bang him in the chat again. Waiting for inverse of the 5 minute on EG, then full bolting. Jesus. Wait, what 5 minute? This 5 minute here on EJ. That's pretty high up in price, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to... You might, to be fair. Why that gold's running lovely, boys. Signals is cooking this morning, I'm not going to lie. I've had 2 trades sent into the signals. We've got this gold longer term position, which is up to about 1R. And then we've had this EU sell as well, which obviously is up about 3R. And at its peak was up about 6R. Full TP is at 7R. And then we're just trying to catch this re-entry now for EU. I'm also looking at some JPY pairs, also potentially GU. No one wants to, no one wants to live in Scotland. Come on. To be fair, why would you want to live in Scotland, bro? Like, when I'm like fucking 60, nah, not even 60. When I'm like 80, maybe I'd want to live in Scotland because it's peaceful, like nice mountains and that. Like, living in Scotland's cope. Living in Scotland's such cope. Like, you're miles away from anything, bruv. What are you even near to the north? Would you like you can't even go higher and find anything. You got to go miles to get to, like, the Scandinavian places. You got to go, like, it's probably like a 2.5, like a 1.5 Scottish. Like, I do rate your country and that. It's pretty. I mean, it's got a bit of aura. It's not drowning in aura, but Scotland's definitely got a bit of aura. But in terms of living there, that's just pure cope. Newcastle is an hour away from Scotland. It's better than Londonistan, but each to their own. Nah, bro. The thing is with London, yeah, and anyone in London can back me up on this. Again, the London hate is kind of cope. Like, bro, if you're hating on London, yeah, saying, oh, it's a no-go zone, it's a da-da-da-da-da. For a start, you never go London. Like, the amount of times me and Mace have been out in London, wearing, like, Rolexes, Cartiers, been pissed drunk, and nothing's happened. You just got to have your wits about you. I'm not going to walk along next to a group of fucking 10 people in Bally's with a watch. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that's the same with any country. But if you're sitting in, like, Romania and telling me London's finished, it's like, really, bro? You wouldn't move to London if you got a free ticket. Really? You're telling me London's cooked and you live in Scotland. Really? Really, bro? Are we really doing this? Like, don't believe everything you hear online, boys. Trust me. EU sales look good now. Yeah, trust me, bro. I'm just waiting for this level. I'm just being a bit patient, waiting for this level. A little bit higher, hopefully. In Mayfair or Canary Wharf, yeah, you're safe. But let's be honest, Lou. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Mayfair's where most of the watch lickings happen anyway, didn't they? I'm not gonna lie, obviously I'm not gonna go fucking Peckham or Beckton with a Rolex on, but like, it's the same with literally any country, bro. What, you think if you go to the ghettos of Paris with a watch on, you're not gonna get licked? Think if you do that in Amsterdam, you think if you do that in Prague, if you go to any like block, basically, anywhere in the world with a big fancy watch on, you're gonna get cooked. And Americans say the same, but bro, you do the same in New York, California, fucking anything. It's the same shit. And it's always been the case, but it's just a trend right now to hate on London. I mean, it's definitely getting a little bit worse, but bruv, it's not cooked. Hey, no Amsterdam, very safe there. Pfft, bruv, Amsterdam is not safe, innit? I'll tell you that. People think Amsterdam's safe because they got like flowers and fucking They got flowers and they've got like funny names. Their language is ridiculous. Like the names of stuff is like Stroop and Strat. Do you know what I mean? So it makes you think it's safe, but trust me, bruv, Amsterdam is way, way, way less safe than London, boys. But I rate Amsterdam. I've been to Amsterdam about 5 times. I do rate it, but like, trust me, damn is not a safe place. The worst bit about London is all the ULEZ zones, bus loans, yellow buckler. Apart from that, the people in London are calm. Yeah, now that is true. That's something you can't debate with. It's an absolute ball ache to drive in London. Are people looking to... Yeah, see, look, this is why... Nice. This is why we avoided this position. We'll keep our eye on it. As I said, this is not a trade that I'm in or really looking at, but let's just see how it plays out. The main thing I'm looking at is these EU sells. What pair are you in right now? Because I'm in GU. So yeah, a lot of people in the chat was talking about basically my bias. It was kind of a little bit misaligned. I was more as a whole. I was bearish, so I was bearish on EU and GU. But in terms of the open right now, I wanted to sell EU, but then we was more seeing buys on GU. Obviously, you don't want to buy GU and sell EU, so we had to pick one or the other. And for me, it was way more likely that we had EU sells were the optimal position. So yeah, if you are in GU buyers, yeah, I'm not going to lie, you are probably going to be cooked. But it's calm. Amsterdam is safe, bro. Again, I suppose Amsterdam's like anything. If you walk around anywhere at 10 a.m. in the morning, you're probably going to be sweet. But you wouldn't want to be bowling about, damn. Bro, I'm not even going to get into this story, but I actually got in some... yeah, I'm not even going to get into this story. But last time I went down, bro, I had to crash out. I had to start crashing out on. Been out with me before, like you've had drinks with me before. I'm not the type of person that fights on a night out, bro. I actually hate people that fight on a night out. I can't stand it. It really, like, I just find it low IQ and just stupid to fight on a night out. But bro, in Damn, it was a mad thing. I'll have to tell you, man. Bro, London would be heaven compared to where I'm from in Papua New Guinea. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, boys. Like, you're talking about real shitholes. Like, London is not a shithole. Like, London is still top 5 cities in the world. Like, you cannot tell me 5 nicer cities than London. You just can't. Lou, at the link up, tried to smash my face in after losing on the ping pong. Nah, but this is what I mean, bro. Even when the bouncer was being a tit to me, bro, I don't think... I was only with Aaron and a couple of others, but the bouncer was trying to get on to me, bro. I'm not going to get in the bouncer's grill. I want to get banged out by a bouncer for, like... I ain't the type of person at all that fights on nights out, but in Damn, it was needed, innit? I'm not going to say it on here, but it was needed. Expecting low of the week inside FEG plus daily FEG. What pair is that for, bro? Is that for EU, you mean? Is that for EU? Qatar is so safe, no cap, and clean as well. Yeah, Qatar is... That's the thing, though, boys. Like, Qatar is safe and clean, but you'd get bored there if you lived there for over a month. Like, unless you're working hard, like, fair enough. And respect to them countries. Because at the end of the day, like, it's a Muslim country, so it's built... like, what I say about Qatar is perfect for Muslims, bro. Like, if you don't really like going out and, like, drinking and stuff like that, and you do just want to, like, get your head down, stay on your deen or whatever, and live in a nice area, then Qatar is perfect. But when you're... like, London just got way more shit to do than a place like Qatar. Like, I'd get bored in Qatar, even though I rate it and respect it as a country, do you know what I mean? Have you ever been to Edinburgh, Lou? No, I've never been to Edinburgh. I would definitely go, though. I've heard Edinburgh's a really nice city. As you saying, fighting is so low IQ unless it's needed. Like, bro, obviously fighting for, like, a fucking... Fighting's not, like, boxing or something. That's calm. But I'm saying, like, fighting on a night out. Like, that's just dumb, bro. I've never... Well, I have, but... You know them people, some of my pals, bruv, you go out with them every time and they're just looking for a scrap. It's like, bro. And you notice it's never the people that are doing it. Like, you go out with your pals, I guarantee you, it's just the people that don't do fuck all with their lives and they're trying to feel something. They're trying to feel a little dub by, like, sticking it on someone or, like, smashing someone in. It's just stupidness. What are you saying, Jem? Tell that to Stu, the Red Lion champion for 5 years. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Stu back in the day used to get in bear tear-ups. Used to scrap every other day. He used to scrap every other day, but sitting regular payouts, reinvested, bought his own calf, making serious money. He don't do that shit anymore. Because he's actually got something. He gets dubs without having to fight. Do you know what I mean? Stu's going to get his adrenaline out of getting a fat payout, not off having a scrap at a boozer, like. You know what I mean? What time you off live? Probably about 11, something like that. Probably about 11 o'clock. Little man syndrome, yeah, trust me. I'll fight him. What's he said to me after what he said to me? Yeah, to be fair, he did take the piss. What pair is this? This is EU, bro. This is EU, brother. What did he say? Oh, I'm not even going to say it on live. It's actually peak what Stu said. What pair is this? Love how you trade, bro. Same setup as me. Lovely, T. Lovely, bro. What time was your first entry? It's about 7:10, bro. And this is what I'm saying. Bro, I put up a video the other day saying, like, if you're trading London session, you need to be active on the charts at 7 a.m. And the amount of people that's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It opens at 8 a.m. If you're trading, like, you got to realise, England is an hour behind everyone else. So Germany, France, Spain, Italy, all the countries in the Eurozone, like for 7 a.m. for us, it's their 8 a.m., which is what, and the European Central Bank, which is obviously massively important for the euro, opens at 7. So it's like, you can't just look at it from the London perspective. Just because it's called London session, it really should be called European session. Do you know what I mean? I'm cooked, but 6-7. Wait, why are you cooked? What trade did you get into? I'm guessing I know what it's related to. I've heard mates with a few jokes. Yeah, it's related to saying actually peak that you just wouldn't want to joke about. Think Euro Orange News at 10 will affect price? Nah, bro, I don't think it will. It might have a minor impact, but shouldn't really massively impact it. Shouldn't really massively impact it. I was trying to buy, I'm so pissed. What pair, bro? 6 a.m. wake up, except today was occupied in bed with a tart. Oi, come on, Josh. Did you drop that? I'm not even going to say it. Should I say it? Did you drop the Make-A-Wish game? Has anyone ever told you that you look like Ed Matty's brother? Believe it or not, many a person has told me that, yeah. Such a niche person as well. Like, I must look like a spitting image of him. Your Discord link isn't working in your TikTok bio. If my link ain't to the Discord's not working, boys, go to my Instagram, RichesseFX, or my YouTube. It's linked there. Instagram and YouTube's there, boys. You active? I got that thing I was talking to you about the other day. I'll show you. Yeah, show me. What's it saying? Is it all set up? Is it making dough and that? Do you do mentorships? Yeah, bro. We do mentorship within the Discord where we teach all of these concepts, man. All of these concepts you see, bro. If you are interested in the mentorship, bro, you can book a call if you want. If you want to book a call, you can book a call. Or if you want to just get in there, you can get in there. What's your Instagram? My Instagram's RichesseFX, bro. Same as you see here. RichesseFX. But yeah, get in there. Get in there, bro. Call me when you're off. Yeah, sweet, bro. I will. I'll give you a bell. Yeah, we do have mentorship, though. Yeah, chat, who's in a trade right now? Who's in a trade right now, chat? Let me know. Oh, yeah, who's I going to big up today? There's 2 people we want to big up today. 2 mentorship students yesterday passing their funded accounts. You can see we got Elmi here, Dub Elmi. Yeah, I can show you. But he passed his FTMO. Yes, bro, passed. Can't thank you guys enough. Old me would have been excited if the bullish move and got out. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm not going to read through the message. Bro's glazing. No, I'm joking. Big up to you anyway. But yeah, literally been in the mental shit for 2 days. We caught 2 trades on the live pre-London. And he passed his challenge. Same with Tommy as well. You can see, passed his ACG phase 2. You can see there. With that trade there. So yeah, already in the year, boys, we've already had an FTMO pass and an ACG pass yesterday. The trades for that was this one here. So that was this EU short there. And then I think a few people got in the GU short from the high or that re-entry there. Link in your IG bio isn't working either. Can someone get on the TikTok and drop the Discord link? Someone drop the someone drop the link, boys, on TikTok if you can. If Stu's in here, can you jump on the TikTok, Stu or Aaron? How much is it? My mentorship's only what, £40, $49. So yeah, which is like £39. Yeah, so as I said, boys, not only do I give you videos on all of these concepts and our exact strategies we use for the London session. So exactly like this one, the continuation, like this one, which is a reversal. But we also are live every single day for 2 hours, 6 AM to 8 AM. Fully getting you in the zone, breaking down exactly what we're looking for. We teach you everything about the technicals, everything about volume, and then also the actual strategies behind it, like a concrete strategy you can take into the market. What time is your live? 8 AM to 11, bro. But yeah, everyone drop a follow on this page, boys. Everyone drop a follow, drop a like as well. USD JPY longs. Yeah, a lot of people was looking at JPY longs. I'd say EJ and GJ are probably the best for longs. You can see this one off of the 5-minute fair value gap is about to be tapped in. I think a few people on the YouTube live have got this one. Did we close? Yeah, we did close above this. Was it 30-minute? Yeah, we closed above the 30-minute as well. So I think a few people might be getting in GU as well. The only issue is, especially with EJ, as you can see, there's no volume in this area. There's literally no volume, which tells us that people aren't really willing. People don't see this as a viable space to do business. People don't see this as viable to be trading within. So if we do get up to there, we're just going to see either a sharp key area for us if you are looking to get in right now. So yeah, bear that in mind. Bear that in mind, chat. Yeah, that's the Discord there, boys, if anyone wants to jump in. When I tried to join the signals, it states that the payment is refused. It is the same card I used, Gold Sam. Yeah, Gold's still continuing nicely. You in EJ? No, I'm not in EJ, bro. I do trade JPY pairs when they're looking really, really optimal. It looks decent, but just not too good. The only ones we're really in right now is Gold and EU. And I'm not in this Gold one, by the way. But this was sent into the signal group for a 10-to-1 trade, so hopefully this can run. We've run pretty nicely from the entry, but this EU one here is the main one, and then obviously this re-entry that we're trying to catch. This one was also sent into the signals, boys. Dropped a couple of fundamental updates in the Discord if you want to share it on live. All right, yeah, we do have some fundamental updates, boys. So let's go through this. Let's go through this, boys. Remember, if you're one of them people that like, someone's talking about fundamentals, you switch your brain off. You're not going to make it, I'll be honest. You're just not going to make it. You need to be like locked in with these fundamentals. All right, let's read this. More on US labour market data this week. So, NFP, non-farm payrolls data, finally caught up from the US government shutdown, which is set to fall slightly from 64k to 55k. So NFP is going to fall from 64 to 55. Average hourly earnings, which both year on year and month on month are set to rise. And unemployment data, which is due to decrease from 4.6 to 4.5. I'll tie it all together at the end, boys. But if you leave the live during me reading this, you've got TikTok brain, you're not going to make it. This date will be crucial for the Fed to decide on rates in their upcoming 28th for the first meeting. So remember that date, boys, 28th for the first. There's going to be a lot of anticipation leading up to the 28th. Which currently has an 89% probability of holding in rates. Recent communications from the Fed's December minutes show continued concern around labour markets data. Policymakers were divided in their assessments of risks between higher inflation and unemployment. A much weaker labour market data, lower NFP, higher unemployment, would support potential for a cut in rates, prompting a weaker US dollar and stronger equities, whilst a stronger labour market would put back on the potential for a rate cut. We will also be keeping an eye out on comments from Trump regarding the new head of the Fed, who is due to reveal sometime this week. I didn't actually know that he was revealing that this week. That's cold. So we'll find out the new Fed fucking top dog, which will be quality. Which will be quality. Yeah, boys, that's all in the mentorship as well. Not 100% this week. Alright, it should be this week. That'll be big as well. That could be some big news. If it lands like that, that could be some big news. We've got 100 man on this YouTube right now, 50 man on this TikTok. Everyone double tap the screen. Let me know if you want me to have a look at any pairs that you man are trading in. Did Powell get sacked? No, he didn't get sacked. He didn't get sacked. But yeah, boys, West Ham are going down. That's actually mad, bro, how quick something can change. How long ago was it when they won the Euro? What was it? 3 years ago or 2 years ago when they won the cup? And now few people looking at UJ buys. I support Arsenal, bro. Let's have a look at UJ, because a few people are looking at it. This was the level on EJ that we was looking at. We'll have a look at UJ now as well. Obviously, that EJ one. I'm not in any of these JPY pairs, by the way, boys. So, it's purely hypothetical. Yeah, we've got this nice fair value gap here. Yeah, it could be nice to buy now, bro. So, in order for this to go higher, we need the dollar to be bullish, and we need the M basket to be bearish. So if we look at the M basket, can we see reasons for it to sell off? I mean, we potentially can. Got this order. So yeah, UJ probably looking like a live execution one, I'll be honest. Probably looking like a live execution with your stop loss below the current wick or that fair value gap. Like a 5 pip stop, even if you wanted to go a little bit lower with your limit like that. And aim for that. That could be a decent move. Again, it's not something I'll be placing, but that does look nice if you do trade it. What time does Asia close in the UK? So Asia closes at 7, bro. Asia closes at 7. See, EU's kind of slowing down right now. GU's not really moving. I mean, let me know if you're in them buys. Again, I'm not in them buys. We're mainly just looking at the EU sells. Could you please break down both EU and gold trades? Yeah, I'll break them down, bro. Yo, EU, can you tap into this 15-minute FVG? Yeah, trust me, bro. Come on, you gunners. Come on, bro. I'm still in UJ shorts from like 30 hours ago. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. We're actually winning the treble, mate. 2 years ago. Yeah, that's mad. 2 years ago. We're winning the treble. I'm not gonna lie, I'll take anything in it. I'll take... all I want is the Premier League, bro. That's it. Champions League would be like a dream. But Champions League, you still got some good sides. But I was even thinking about it, yeah. In the Champions League, who have you even got? Like, the only team that would stop us from winning it, for me, you got City. Over City, a decent side. And then you got Bayern over 2 legs, might be difficult. Madrid, maybe... might be difficult over 2 legs. But then who else you really got? PSG aren't on it this year. There's only like 3 or 4 good teams. It's not like back in the day when you'd have about 10 fucking really good sides. Barca. I don't rate Barca, boys. I haven't rated Barca for years. The thing is with Barca, boys, like... yeah, I'm not even going to get into Barca, bruv. But they got smoked by Chelsea, and Chelsea are shite. Beating PSG at home isn't for everyone. Just closed it in GU shorts, consolidating right now. We're waiting for something else. Fair play. Yeah, but people said the message wasn't on it last year. Almost got knocked out and won. MSG. Who's MSG? Yeah, Prem we got, but I don't know. I think we can actually win Champions League. Could be biased, but I don't know. The thing is, it's over 2 legs. I'll back us against most sides over 2 legs because of our defence, man. Like, I really don't. I don't think within 2 legs we shouldn't really concede more than 2 goals, and we should have 2 goals in us over 180 minutes. KD. Yeah, let me break down this EU trade. So the EU trade, first of all, if you look at the 1 hour, you can see there's a clear trend. Right, we've got a clear direction. We're breaking lows, breaking lows. Let me turn this off. Breaking lows, breaking lows, breaking lows. So our current high, we've got our high there and our low there. And obviously this is a bearish range because we've just broken these lows. So all we're expecting is for this bearish trend to continue. You can see we've got our 1 hour order block has been mitigated and then price has fallen about 80 pips. So really we should just continue that and break out of the low. And in terms of some other confirmations we've got, if you have a look on the 4 hour, we've got pretty much no volume in this area here. This area that we're currently trading within, there's no volume here. People aren't really, like institutions don't really see this as a fair price to transact. So I think I don't think we're going to likely to find balance here and chop about. I think we're more than likely to go into one of these areas where we do have high volume. So if you see, we've got a high volume area here, high volume area there. And these are like magnets to price. Price is just going to be magnetized to these. You can see yesterday we tested this area, ran away, and then tested the old area, and then obviously rejected that. So I think the logical next area to test, again, is to move back down here. For a start, it's in line with the trend. And second of all, if we've just rejected this area in the region of 67 pips. I hate. Yeah, and we just rejected it in the region of 80 or 70 pips. Why are we going to suddenly want to return to that area? I think we're more than likely to break this low, retest this volume area, see if we can find balance here, and just move lower. So I think all roads are leading to a lower EU. Down, we want a retracement to fill the fair value gap and then move down again. If you look at the actual region where we're looking to get in, the reason why this is quite a decent area, as you can see previously, there was a huge amount of volume at this point. So really at this point here, there was a really big amount of volume. You can see that, right? The majority of the volume was there, and then obviously up here. So if we drag this across, what's interesting now, as you can see on the current day, that was not reciprocated, right? We can see on the current day, there's much, much less volume, right? And it's pretty much like the low volume point for the day. You can see all the volumes up here. There's some volume just below. But this old area, which had loads of volume, now the market is not seeing as a suitable price. So it's not seeing this as a valid price, which tells me that price is unlikely to find balance in this area. And if we trade high enough, so if we trade into the top of this area, we're going to get a very fast rejection. Because you can just see how the volumes died out in this area. Previously, there's a huge willingness to participate. You can see we even have the point of control there. But now, around the point of control, there's very little volume, which shows, for me, that the value area has shifted. And this isn't a significant area anymore. And the fact we've run away from here tells me, right, we're obviously going to continue down. Cool, so I look at my YouTube chat and all I can see is 67, 67, 67. Got my first funded today and passed it too with 12% profit. Lovely, bro. All thanks to your strategy and mindset. Big up to you, KD. Love to hear that, man. We're having so many members this year, boys. Already this year passing challenges. Drop it in the profits chat, bro. Drop it in the profits chat and at me so I can see your certificate and all that. But yeah, big up to you, bro. Glad our strategies and psychology and all that's helping. But yeah, W to you. Just smashed gold long for 170 pips. Lovely, bro. Lovely, KD. Since when you trade volume profile, bro? Nice. Yeah, really the last sort of 4 months I've been bringing volume into my analysis a lot. And then obviously in between Christmas and New Year. Just there. Got a good amount of people in here, boys. We've got 100 man in the YouTube, 55 man in here. How do you trade with... How do you know how to trade with the imbalances? I mean... I'm assuming you mean like fair value gaps. Or do you mean fair value gaps or do you mean like volume imbalances? What do you mean, bro, with that, Anthony? What strat do you use? So we got two strategies for the London session. We got continuation strategy, which you can see here, which is when we've had a sell-off and we expect that to continue. So we're looking for certain areas to enter. We would see that on Monday as well, where we see that and we're looking to continue. And then we also have a reversal strategy. So this one's called an Asia liquidity strategy, when obviously price is moving up and we sweep the Asia high. We have our confirmations and we look to sell down to the Asia low. So we really have two strategies for the London session. One of them is for reversals and the other one is for continuations. So it really gives you everything you need in order to trade the London session. Gives you everything you need. Silver trade, please. Silver trade, please. What are you looking at for silver, bro? Where can I find the link to join this? Should be able to find it on my YouTube, bro. If you go to my YouTube, that's the hub of where we do everything as well, KD. So definitely get in there, man. Start talking to the guys. So if you go to my YouTube, boys, and you go on two more links, just click the Discord like that, and it will take you over to the Discord. EJ push him. Yeah, nice. EJ's starting to push up. What about UJ? Even at UJ starting to push up a little bit now. Again, I'm not in any of these JPY pairs. These are just forward tests for me. The only one I'm really actually got money in is EU. So, but yeah, nice. JPY pairs starting to push. Obviously, for JPY to continue nicely, we need a decent sell-off. So we've just swept the Asia high on the yen basket. Just swept the Asia high. You can see we've had a nice break of market structure shift after that. We've got an order block here. We're looking for price to sell off from this internal order block to this external low. So that will be really our main target that we're looking at. Right, we're pushing up now. Do you take 1 hour CRTs into account? GU and DXY both got hourly CRT. Yeah, I do take CRT, but not 1 hour I don't really take into account too much, bro. 1 hour I don't take into too much. What time do you trade till? 10 a.m. Well, depends what pair, but 10 a.m. potentially till 11. But your best entries are going to come before 10. Doesn't mean you can't get decent re-entries. I mean, what time was this re-entry we got? Yesterday we got in this re-entry here on GU. So as I said, yesterday was a reversal day, so we swept the Asia high and was looking to sell off to the Asia low. We did get a nice re-entry at what, 9:30? To be fair, yeah, still before 10. But that's when all your best trades are going to come from. But you can see even after that, so obviously we printed this, and then you can see we've got a nice re-entry there, also a nice re-entry there, and that was at 9:50. That was at 10:35. So I'm going to be staying on to 11 looking for these trades. But yeah, ideally before 10 is when you get your like proper trades in. Can you look at gold? Yeah, so gold, we're obviously anticipating this decent sell-off. You can see about a 10 to 1 this one is. Already been tagged in as well. Was sent into the signals. Looking to trade really into this imbalance here. We've retested the 4.5k mark. You can see that significant level. Drag that across. 4.5k level. We've had a decent rejection. I would personally be more bullish on gold, but this is a signal sent in by one of our traders, who's a very, very good gold trader. He absolutely cooks gold, and he sent this one in for short. So I completely and utterly trust him in his analysis. And you can see currently we're coming off of this 30-minute imbalance here. For that 30-minute imbalance, got a really nice entry at the top of that as well. We had a pretty significant leg. When did this happen as well? Yeah, the Asia session mainly. So you can see the New York session had that nice move higher. But then the Asia session tapped into the 4.5k level and completely rejected that. which tells us that we don't really want to push any higher just yet. See, there is a little bit more volume starting to come in at this point. You see, price is kind of consolidating around it. Which YouTube videos to watch to learn the strat? Watch my most recent video, bro. Watch my most recent video, and then I've got a few others on my channel as well. My most recent one I put out yesterday, that's a good base to start with. And then just make your way through. I've got a lot. There's a case study on yesterday's one as well, on the trade I caught on Monday. So yeah, go watch that, my most recent YouTube vid. It's an absolute banger, boys. We basically break down the volume profile completely, and then we go into how I actually caught the trade doing it with a continuation. And then I've got a lot of videos as well on my reversal strategy. Again, if you want to learn these like fully in depth with absolutely everything that's included, that is what I teach in my mentorship. And it's only £40 a month, boys. Only £40 a month, my mentorship. So if you do actually want to learn properly how to trade the London session, then Euro JPY longs would be nice, but if the news wasn't coming. I don't think the Euro news is going to make too much of a difference, bro. I'll be honest. I don't think it's going to make too much difference. A lot of people looking at gold and silver. EU shorts. Yeah, I'm looking at EU shorts, bro. GJ is playing with my feelings. What's the actual TP for gold? It's down at this fair value gap down here, bro, on the 4 hour. So it's down just where this opening gap is. You can see that opening gap from Sunday. Just down there is where the target will be. Wait. Since when does Richesse go for 1 to 10? Stick to 1 to 1s, man. I've never really traded 1 to 1s, bro. It's not really any point. Only £40, but if 1,000 people buy, you're up 40 grand. Yeah, I mean 1,000 people is quite a lot, bro. But yeah, there's nowhere near 1,000 people in the mentorship. And that's the other thing, boys. We do everything live anyway. I come live every day and trade the markets live, so you man know that I ain't one of these bros. Yeah, I'll show you. You can see here, 7-11, EU short. You can see that was the entry. Stop loss there. You see we had stop loss to entry at this point. And then, yeah, obviously take some profits there. So we've already taken some profits. We've already got stop loss at break even. So I trade with only volume profile. Fair play, bro. I do look at other technicals as well, but volume profile is definitely a good thing. Greetings from Botswana. Hey, big up to Botswana, bro. I think speed's just been there. Let's check chart check real quick. Let me actually do it off screen just in case you're okay. Lovely. Yeah, lovely, bro. It's a banging entry on EU. So I'm assuming you are looking for buyers. Obviously looking for price to trade within there. Fair play, yeah, that's nice, bro. Nice. You looking to sell there? Lovely, man. Had a buy limit here, but didn't. Oh, that's fuming. Didn't get tapped in, bro. That's fuming. You see how to trade the gaps, bro. I'm bearish on EU. Look at this. I'm bearish on EU, but took this buys. Why did you take buys, bro? If you're bearish, I'm assuming just on a higher time frame wise. But yeah, as I said, everyone get in the Discord, man. It's the main hub of where we do everything in the community. We got signals there, and we've also got mentorship there. Whichever ones you need, boys, or just join the free com. It's active Discord, man, for trading. You're gonna get the most support if you're trying to learn. If you want to book in a call, boys, as well, you can book in a call with me. Because I saw DXY rejecting from an area. Fair play. I'm in GU cells. Fair play. I mean, yeah, a lot of people in the chat were looking at these GU buys, which really haven't moved at all from entry, but fair play. Yeah, for me, EU's just a bit nicer than GU this morning. EU just hasn't been able to push up into this level just yet. I mean, as we said, there's no volume there, so it's unlikely it will, but we just need a little last push to then have that nice sell-off, hopefully. Move this a bit. My stop loss is 6,940. Yeah, fair play. So your stop loss is basically around the point of control, just before that order block there. The community is great, lads. No joke, it's top tier. Appreciate that, Jed. Yeah, man. I mean, we've already had about 3, which is quality. When you have the right tools to trade the London session, it's just a game, man. It's just a game, and as long as you stick to the game, you're gonna start making money, boys. I promise you. It'll be massively important. Do you know pivots, bro? No, I don't trade pivots. Let me know about them, though. Let me know about them. Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes left till the end of the London kill zone. How do you determine bias? So to determine bias, the main thing is you want to keep it simple, bro. That's the main thing. The reason why people normally get daily bias and stuff like that wrong is because they're using too many concepts, which is just never gonna be good. The first thing that you need to do to determine bias is realise what trends that have been happening typically continue. That's the first thing. So if we've been trading bearishly, like this, more than likely we will continue bearish. It's way less likely that we'll then switch to bullish. So that's the first thing, is that trends that have happened typically continue. So if price has been moving like this, you should already be thinking, right, I've probably got more chance if I'm bearish. Then the other thing is you want to draw on your range. So you want to find your current high, your current low. So for example, the lower the range is here, higher the range is here, which means that your current range is from here to here. And then obviously within your range, you're going to have an internal and external liquidity. Your external liquidity is really simple. It's just your high and your low, the range high. So we're looking for the high to get taken. So we're going to leave that high on. And then the next thing you need to mark out is your internal liquidity. Your internal liquidity, all that is an order block or fair value gap within this range. Right, so for example, this order block here. So now we've got our range, we've got our internal liquidity and our external liquidity. And what we're really looking for is price to go from our external liquidity to our internal liquidity to our external liquidity. And this is essentially how trends form. So you can see we'll mitigate a fair value gap or order block, our internal, and then go for external. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll mitigate an order block or fair value gap, and then go to external again. That's basically how trends form. So that's how you want to break it down. And then you know what price is coming from and what is it going to. So that's coming from, obviously we're selling to this order block, and then we're looking to buy up to this high. Morning, Gav. What are you saying, bro? OM. Bro, why do I get called OM like a stupid amount? He's such a niche person as well, bruv. What was it like trading in Thailand when you went? Yeah, it was good, bro. It was good. The thing is, I prefer trading in the UK, though, because I feel like your brain's working better when you're waking up. Like, when you first wake up, you've had that coffee, you're ready to trade, your mind's clear. Whereas in Thailand, you'd start trading at like 2 p.m, which will be 7 in the UK, will be 2 p.m. over there. Which sounds all well and good, but you've got a lot of shit in your head by then. You've got a lot of noise in your head by then. You've spoken to people, you've probably watched a fucking load of TikToks. Like, you've probably seen a video that's pissed you off. Like, loads of stuff has happened in that time. You might have gone gym. You might have done all this and that. And by that point, your mind is not as clear as when you just first wake up. So that's why I prefer trading in the UK. I think the UK is the best place to trade in terms of time zones. But yeah, it was still nice though, bro. I also don't trade with them, but I use them as confirmation. You know how they work. Now, I don't actually know about pivots, bro. I can look into them, though. EU bias, bro. I'm bearish on EU, bro. Yeah, that's why I was thinking people glamorise London being 2 p.m. Now, yeah, that's it, bro. That is it. HS didn't teach me this, I'd say it's false. Wait, what? Oh wait, what's a trend, Lou? Is it just buy low, sell high? Pretty much. I'm assuming you're trolling. There's no way you've been in my life for this long. You don't know what a trend is. Best for time zones. Shit for tax. Yeah, that's it. Like same with Dubai. Dubai's real estate is overpriced, but it's because they have zero tax. So if you're going there as someone that actually pays tax in the UK, and you're trying to relocate there, like it's kind of difficult. And plus, who wants to live in Dubai? I mean, I don't. I'm not a Dubai hater, but I just wouldn't really want to live there, to be honest. So, yeah, we're kind of cooked with tax regardless, Dan, man. It's fucking hard. Anywhere in Europe, you're taxed to anything. I suppose some places in America are kind of alright, but even America, you get taxed, and it just goes to like Somali daycares and shit. You have tax in Switzerland. I live here. Oh, you get taxed. I'm sure it's zero income tax. GU pair is literally consolidating since market open. Should we call it a day? Yeah, that's why I'm preferring EU, bro. GU seems like it's trading a bit. Seems like it's a bit happier with where it's at. You can see we're trading within this high volume area here. I've dragged it across so you can see it a bit clearer. You can see this high volume area, and GU's currently trading within that. So that's why it's more likely that this is just going to chop up and down, which is why reversal trades are probably like potentially decent. Whereas EU, for me, EU's not at balance, so EU needs to seek it out. EU's rejected this old balance area, and it's got this level to trade into. So I'll show you the equivalent. So the area that GU is accepting, which is here, you can see EU's left it. EU's rejected it once, and now it's rejected it twice. So for me, EU needs to seek balance lower, which lies here. So we want price to trade down into this value area here. And obviously just going with the trend as well, we can see that EU's clearly in a downtrend, whereas GU's downtrend's nowhere near as intense. What do you do with your trading profits and tax? Like when you have you created an LLC or something? Yeah, I mean LLCs in America, UK is just a limited company. But yeah, just open a limited company, bro, and get an accountant. That's my best advice to you. A limited company costs you literally about a score to set up. An accountant's going to cost you like £100 a month. Our accountant's actually really good, so he sort of like helps us out with strategy and stuff like that. But yeah, and also remember, chat, you get taxed on it when it lands in your bank account. That's when you get taxed on it. It has income tax. No way, Switzerland has income tax. What the hell? Silver, please. What are you looking at for silver, Bitu? What are you looking at, buys or sells? Something about the buyer for me is off. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. Jersey or Guernsey seems like a chill place to live. 20% max income tax. Tell by the name there's nothing to do there. You know what I mean? I do hear it. It would be chill. Like, these places are all well and good. Like, they're chill for maybe a few months, 6 months, but you don't really want to relocate there. Plastic city done with loads of laws installed out of fear, not morals. Yeah, I mean, again, like if you're Muslim, Dubai's ideal. But if you're someone who's from like Europe and you're used to European way of life, it's probably not the best. I need to get an accountant. Yeah, mate. Kevin, accountants are only like a couple £100. Or not even that, bro. You can pay them like £100, and they're gonna sort all that out for you. And if you get a slightly better one, then you're gonna get a bit of a strategy behind it as well. What's the asset? This is Euro USD, bro. You're gonna trade through news. I don't find the news isn't gonna be too impactful, bro. Like as you can see, the news has already come through. It's not really gonna do much. It's not really gonna do a hell of a lot. I'm also, since yesterday in CHF, JPY sells, looking at TPY. Are you a swing trader, Anthony, or what time frame you showing? Wait, let me turn this on so you can see. So this is Euro USD on the 30-minute. It does just say there in the middle of the screen if you can work it out. I know it's kind of sitting behind price action, but there you go. Dubai's 9% income tax. If you earn 100k, or it will slowly, if you earn 100k or more, it will slowly start rising. Yeah, Dubai will definitely start implementing stuff. I mean, they're going to have to soon, aren't they? They're going to have to. Do you think accountants can ever be replaced by AI? No, I don't. Maybe in like 10 years, but like for the foreseeable future, not really. I mean, the thing is, being an accountant's like a dynamic thing, you know what I mean? It's so annoying. Just as we're about to tap into this, we've just come out of the kill zone as well, which is actually jarring. GU moving to Asia Higher Trust. Yeah, I mean, if you did get into this one, you would have been literally so close to stop loss, but you'd actually be doing alright right now. Where was it? 9.14. Where is it? Yeah, let me know if anyone in the chat did jump in on that. Like I said, not really for me, that GU. Weren't really for me. You can see we're starting to tap into this low volume area. We're starting to tap into this low volume area here. So you can see there's relatively high volume in pretty much everywhere, but this right here, you can see, is where volume starts to dry up. So this is going to be the point where it's going to be difficult for price to come past that. You can see we did just tap into it and reject. Hopefully we can come a tiny bit higher though. I'm in GU, but since the bottom, lovely, bro. How do you remove all the candles? You just use a different chart setup. So, like, you use the session volume profile chart setup. Same way you can use, like, the line and shit like that. Just called volume profile. EU tapped into 50-minute FVG finally. What? Who's in on EU or GU? Let me know in the chat. Who's in on EU or GU, boys? Let me know, man. Let me see what people are in. EU taps into 15-minute fight since the bottom, but I'm going to look to close soon. Fair play, bro. I'm in GU. Yeah, a lot of people's in GU by the looks of it. Yeah, same as entry is 164. Oh, for buyers. I'm assuming you got in like a day before or something. Can you explain more about how to use volume? I've literally, if you go on my YouTube channel, bro, I've just done a video like breaking it down completely. So this is my YouTube channel, Richesse Effect. I put a video out yesterday. Volume profile fully explained. So that breaks it down, and I've also got a case study in there. But essentially, there's a few main points of it. So you've got your volume curve here. Then you've got your value area, which is where 70% of volume was spent. And then you've got your point of control, which is where which is basically the highest volume point of all the price levels. So essentially, what price is going to feel comfortable trading within the value area, because this is where the market sees it as fair value, fair price, and they're happy to sort of consolidate in this area. When we start moving outside of the value area, that's when we typically fade it back within. Minute there's this volume, next minute there's this, next minute there's this. It's basically that, but just for the price, just for price, right? And you can see you can have these prices going to move through very quickly. So for example, this area here has very low volume, so you can see whenever we get into it, price doesn't want to stay there for long. We first met it here, moved straight through it. Then when we revisit this area of low volume, you can see price isn't stalling around here. We moved straight through it. That's why up here, when price traded into it again, we didn't want to remain there. We got a straight rejection. And then obviously it moves oppositely at the higher volume points. But as I said, I just put out a YouTube video regarding that, breaking that all down. So if you trade like ICT, SMC, Sol trading, and you want that little bit of insight, then the volume might just be it. Might just be that different thing that will make you profitable. So definitely go watch that video, boys. Are your settings on the FVG time frame on EU? What do you think? Yeah, fair play. I mean, yeah, so you're waiting for this to get inverted then. You're waiting for that to get inverted then, I'm assuming. $169 short in New York session. Probably not for the... Well, with the New York session, we're going to get like a different set of traders enter the market. It's going to be completely different. So I trade the London session, so I won't really get in any new trades during the New York session. But if I'm in a trade and it's running, then yeah, I'll hold it. You funded? Yeah, bro. Can you check out gold? Yeah, again, gold's just one of them. Gold's one of them. In my opinion, so this was a sell sent in by one of our signal traders, which is why I've got it in the chart. But in my opinion, we are bullish on gold. In my opinion, I'd rather look for buyers on gold. But again, I don't really trade gold day in, day out. This trader trades it day in, day out, and he's looking at sells. So it's a bit 50-50, but tapped into this order block here. Buyers to this external high. So I'd be looking to get in buyers right now. But as I said, I'm not going to do that because the person who sent in this gold sell trades gold day in, day out, and he's profitable from trading it. So, yeah. I'm in buyers. Fair play, bro. GU, I was in buyers. Lovely, bro. We're looking on EU. We're looking at EU to be bearish, bro. Well, I'm looking at EU to be bearish. In GU longs. Fair play, bro. Do you know where I can get the volume profile on DXY? Yeah, you can't find it on the TVC one. You need to use the capital.com one. You've been waiting for this for fucking ages now. Just entered EU buyers. Fair play. What are you targeting, Trap? Do you use unicorn model? No, I don't use unicorn model, bro. Unicorn model is actually a crazy name. Like, unicorn model's a crazy name. In GU longs. Yeah, GU longs is running decently now. Would have come very well, not even that close to stop loss, but it did fuck about for a while. As I said, I'll be more interested in catching these EU sells down. Do you rate unicorn? I don't really know what it is, bro. It just sounds like ridiculous to me. But let me know what it is. It probably is decent. It's just got a stupid name. What age did you start trading? Like 17, 18, bro. EU longs. I'm more looking at EU shorts, bro. Unicorn is cold. It's basically high probability FEG. Yeah, explain that to me. I don't really know what the unicorn model is. You in any trades, ATM? We've been in this EU sell for ages. We've been in this EU sell for ages, Trap. HZ. SysD, then breaker, that's all it is. SysD, what's... Oh, isn't that what ICT calls an IFEG, innit? What that is, breaker block plus FEG. Okay. Oh yeah. It's when you get a fair value gap print in the same change state of delivery. Oh, okay. Changing state. Yeah, isn't it when you get an FVG printed in the same place where your breaker was after a change in state? How's it going? All good, bro? I'm all good, Nick. How are you, bro? What song is that? It's Veridis Quo by Daft Punk. I thought you'd have known that, I can't lie. There's just so many different terms for it, like market structure shift, IFEG, like they're like, do you know what I mean? I think SysD. What is SysD? Is it market structure shift or is it IFEG? It's one of the two, isn't it? Oh, Stu, yeah, bro. Because there was Thailand Nick, bro. So whenever I see Thailand, I always think it's Thailand Stu. But yeah, what are you saying, Nick? What are you saying, Stu? Guys know about unicorn. Yeah, a lot of people clearly in the chat do know about the unicorn model. Sys D is like break of structure after sweep. Just another word for market structure shift or break. Oh yeah. Yeah, so it's basically market structure shift. That's what I mean. Like, what's even the need for the extra terminology? You know what I mean? Fucking hell, this is moving so slow now. Just search it up, you'll know it as something else. Fair play. Yeah, I probably do know it already. Yeah, how you been though, Stu? I love you, bro. Wow. Got a bit of a love-hate relationship here, haven't we? It's not market structure shift, yeah, but you can use it Frenchies though. People enter off the SysD. You trade full-time or do you have a job on the side? Yeah, I've been trading full-time for about 3 years, bro. I use it sometimes. Fair play. Yeah, I don't really... It's all influences that creator model and repackage ICT. But I didn't ICT come up with a unicorn model, no? How old are you now? 23, bro. Do you rate me, bro? Yeah, you're calm. Or do you think I'm a knob? You can be a knob, but you are calm. I am in GU shorts of 15-minute recent high. What, off of 15-minute recent high? What do you mean? You got in at the high or you're looking to enter now as we feel the fair value of the high? Nice, bro. You're doing great. Appreciate that, my bro. Having the same analysis as yours. Lovely, bro. Nice to hear that. Always good to hear that. They'll do it to see like they've just not watched TJR Bootcamp. Yeah, bro. That's the thing. Bare people's watched. I've never actually watched TJR's Bootcamp. I was like trading way before he was even about, but like so many people have surely watched that. What do you think of JF30? I think we're leaving FX in 2025. Oh, you got TikTok brain, bro. Have you ever made money off futures? Answer yourself that. Have you ever made money off futures, or are you just listening to what people are telling you? You got to look at the market, how it plays out. What are your actual entry models? Does your entry model make more sense with Forex pairs? What Forex pairs? Does it make more sense with indices or futures? What futures does it make more sense with? Don't just see a TikTok video saying, yeah, futures, trust me, and then just assume that you have to trade futures. Have you ever made money off futures? Be honest, like, you know what I mean? It's not my own experience and trading model. It's not people, it's my own experience and trading model. Hopefully it doesn't invert the 30-minute FEG. Yeah, hopefully not, bro. I mean, it shouldn't do. There's not really too much volume there. The only thing is if we want to start trading back into this area here. But I don't really see the need to do that. I don't really see the need to come high if we're clearly seeking out lower prices. Don't really see the need to like consolidate in here. But that's the only risk that we're really seeing. JF30 is terrible. Stop trading that shitty pair. Yeah, quite a lot of people do trade JF30 though. I'm going to be 21 next week with no funded. Life's kind of fucked. Not really, bro. You'll get it. You'll get there. Bro, EU price action is done. Trust me. What do you think, Lou? I'm going to be 21 next week with no funded. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. If you're thinking in a negative way, then you're not going to get the good results. Just think about it. This is the year you actually cook. If you're 21 with no funding, then you haven't actually experienced life yet, bro. Just wait for it. Just wait till you get funded this year and your whole life fucking changes. You stop being a brokey and a wage slave and all the other things Tate says. You got the best is yet to come, bro. Trust me. I tried it for 6 weeks on Top Step. It was the worst thing I ever done. Yeah, I don't like it at all, bro. Can you show me your higher time frame drawing liquidity? Not really a drawing liquidity right now, bro. I mean, we're seeking out lower prices. In my opinion, prices in distribution. So we're distributing to lower prices, in my opinion. You can see we've got this area of balance here and we've got this area of balance here. Yesterday traded into that and then rejected. And you can see we've instantly again rejected that prior value area. If you go on the 4 hour, you can see it a bit better. So we've got this area of balance here, this area of balance here. Price has rejected this higher area. You can see clearly rejected it there, moved lower. So we rejected it once, lower, and then again to move lower. So basically we want price to continue and retest this value area here. Yeah, well, that's why I think we're in distribution right now. Two secs, chat. Wait, 2 secs, 2 secs. We put it on pause for 10 seconds. Wait. We're doing. We're doing. Six. Move, bro. As TGR said, if you ain't got 10 million funding in the bank or 100 million funding, and you're 16, you're cooked. Fucking hell. 100 million funding. Imagine that. Is that even possible? I don't think that's even possible, bruv. I'm in EU buys right now. Fair play. Yeah, a lot of people jumping in EU buys right now rather than back when we was at the bottom. I disagree. Just hit TP. I've had decent success from it. Fair play. I hate Tate. He lost to Chase low in boxing. Yeah, that was kind of an aura loss. But the shit he says is still like facts, really, innit? Finally, Price actually tapped into that. Hopefully we don't get the close above. Either way, we're still up from this other trade earlier, so we'll see. Be nice if we can stack these. If not, we've got our stop loss at break even on this trade. We've secured some partials down here. So we're either going to be... It's either going to stop loss and we're going to be up like minor amounts. So like 1% with these two combined. Or this one's going to run to TP and we're going to be up another... And it will end up being like 10%. So that's a risk I'm willing to take. Because this is what... 7 to 1. This is a 5 to 1. So yeah, it'll be up like 12R. Or as I said, worst comes to worst. This comes back, takes us out, hits break even, and we're still up 1% from the earlier trade and partials and break even. So yeah, a bit of a risky re-entry, chat, but it's one of them. I feel like it's kind of worth taking. Cells ain't working. Fair play, bro. Each to their own. This is going to stop out, just letting you know, because I'm tapped in. It's definitely possible, Lou, just being in a league when we're kissed. Just being in a league when we're going to be friends with Keir Starmer. Yeah, that is a great point. Cell should cook, hopefully, bro. I mean, we kind of I would have liked to see a faster ejection off this area, I'm not going to lie, but we'll see. Let's go down onto the lower. We have kind of moved straight through this, which doesn't really... It's not really a good confluence, but... Again, we'll see. Worst comes to worst, we hit break even, hit stop loss and break even on that. Still up for the day. Best case scenario, well up like 12%. So that's one of them, chat. As I said, like everyone's different. Some people see this as a stupid risk. Other people see it as not a stupid risk. I'm bearish. If you look on the past 4 hour time frame, yeah, I'm bearish as well, bro. Negative Euro CPI just came out. Let's see that. Yeah, it's orange folder as well, isn't it? So, out of kill zone for me, so sitting on hands. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's the only thing. We're outside of the kill zone, so I can see why people don't want to be getting in. Yeah, it did come out slightly under full cast. Slightly under full cast. Yeah, a lot of people only, like in our group, only get in before 10 a.m. So I can see why you're not jumping in this. I think a lot of people are still in this early one anyway. But yeah, we'll wait and see. See what Gold's saying. Gold's kind of not moving that much either. What I don't like is the way we've moved through this pretty quickly. We'll see. That's at EU, bro. Hopefully we're going to cook. Trust me, bro. Everyone double tap the screen, man. Everyone double tap the fuck out the screen. 14.3k subs. Yeah, lovely, Mehmet. What do you think of Metch? What's that, bro? Mechanical traders. I don't think any strategies that are like really that mechanical. Every real way of trading requires at least some degree of discretion. Even in terms of your position sizing, like that's still discretionary at the end of the day. If like, just think about it, right? If trading's 70% psychology, then how can you be mechanical? Because then that doesn't take any psychology into account. I don't think there's really such thing as like an actual mechanical trade. Unless you're using an algorithm, then fair enough. But Lulu, gold is chopped today. What was you looking at on gold, bro? Give reaction, then we take out the induced low. Hopefully, bro. Yeah, but this is EU, boys. For those asking, it does say there. I know you actually can't really see that. It's kind of moving slow though. There's not really much volume in. I've had that decent candle, that decent bearish candle. Oh. Lulu, turn on what? I am the guy who knocks, Lou. I am the danger. To be fair, if you knocked on my door, I would actually probably be scared. Genuinely as well. Actually, I've got no idea what you. I don't even know who you are. I thought you was Quamey, then I thought you was Tony. I don't even know who you are. Wasn't it like 2 days ago? Yeah, bro. The YouTube's running insane. Just got a new video uploaded as well, boys. Volume profile fully explained. So if you want to know more about the volume profile, go to the YouTube, read about that, boys. Yeah, looks like we may get a close above this 30-minute, which ain't good. Oh, isn't good. Currently running 2% up on EU buys. Fair play, bro. Nice. What was I just on? OTE. You can see we are tapping into the OTE. Maybe the stop loss is a bit tight. Maybe. But yeah, we are at a premium. There's a lot of liquidity. Your stop loss, you mean equal highs. But decided on this 30-minute close, so. Can we see price tap Asia highs? I wonder. Potentially, bro. Again, could potentially happen. You played your first trade at 6:45/7 a.m. this morning. It's 10 past 7, bro. 10 past 7. So the main times we trade, ideal times to trade London session is 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So this one was a bit outside. This re-entry was a bit outside them times, which is why it's not really ideal. Hopefully it's going up. Yeah, we've got a lot of people in longs, a lot of people in shorts. DXY tapping back into high volume area. Wait, let's have a look. Yeah, obviously we need DXY to start moving higher. Um, yeah, DXY, we are at this high volume area, so we should really be chopping. Like, we should be happy to trade around here. So we should be happy to potentially chop around. What we don't want is it to come even deeper to fully fill this fair value gap, because then it's going to be really difficult for EU. I'll be honest. Right, that 30-minute did invert that fair value gap, so I'm not going to lie, this one is potentially cooked. Bro, just know if someone uses that rose emoji, they're just pure rage baiting. Man said, why are you shorting with a rose emoji? I know that for a fact because I always post videos, and if I put the rose emoji, I just know I'm rage baiting. But I've only used P and B shape, yeah. I just know it's rage baiting. That's why I'm not biting at it. How comes you weren't keen on GU longs? I wasn't not keen on them. I was just, for me, GU was looking kind of bullish. EU was looking kind of bearish. And I prioritised EU sells over GU buys. So, that's basically that. But we're not getting the reaction I'd really want from this area, which is what tells me we're potentially going to stop out on this one. As I said, price is sitting at entry, so if you do want to just close it now, then there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, we'll see how we act. As I said, I ideally wanted a nice reaction from this sort of area. From this area here. But you can see prices kind of just moved through it, which tells me that the buyers may be in control. Oh, wait. This tells me the buyers may be in control, which is the only thing that's kind of concerning me. But as I said, it's at break even, so if you are a pussy, you can just close it now. But I'll hold it out. We are cooked for real. Good re-entry. Yeah, look at all the rose emojis in the chat. Bro, I'm about to get cooked. Fucking hell, what have you got? A 1 pip stop loss or something? Chicken's just closed. Yeah, trust me. To be fair, I do think this is most likely going to come to stop loss now, but I'd rather take the stop loss to the face than just have bad psychology and close it earlier. As I said, we got stop loss of break even on the other one, me and the host. Come on, Ed. Yeah, we got stop loss of break even on this other one. We took partials down here, so worst comes to worst, we're still up a little bit for the day. And it's been a pretty fucking good week as well. This will be if we lose here, this will be my first loss of the week, so I'm more than willing to take that. As I said, we had a nice win yesterday, nice win the day before. So as I said, chat, it's just how trading works. No one else on here is gonna show you the reality of trading, boys, but it is the reality, boys. Like, shock horror, losses are normal. You inverted the 30-minute. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what kind of concerns me. And the area I wanted to see a reaction from, we haven't seen that reaction, so that's what tells me we're probably just going to move higher. Wish I held my Euro JPY long. I closed because of news. Yeah, that one's moving nice. That one is moving nice. That's moving nice. What's GJ Long saying? Yeah, even GJ's just not really moving. But yeah, Euro JPY Long's moving nice. What about UJ? Even at UJ, I mean, UJ's not really moved. At the end of the day, every strategy loses. No such thing as 100% win rate. That's what I mean, bro. Like, it's just it's just a reality, innit? Just a reality. It's the reality of when you do stuff live as well. You get to see the real Emily. What are you saying, Emily? SK, my Wagyu Woody. I feel the chemistry. Oh, mate, that Jules is so funny, bro. I rate that Jules. Find him so jokes. My stop's at 6,997. Yeah, fair play. Your stop loss is... yeah, a bit higher. Fair play. I mean, I've got my break even on this other trade there, so... basically where your stop loss is. Oh, my dod. I rate that guy as well, the oh, my dod guy. He's jokes. I'm telling mum here. Oh, yeah. Hey, he is so jokes. Would you teach Jules to trade? Yeah, defo. He'd probably end up just making skits the whole fucking time, though. That Jules is so jokes, though. He's so jokes. He's so quick with it as well, bro. HS will do something and it'll just be straight on it the next day. Reed, yeah, that's it. Reed, yeah, that Reed's jokes as well. Who else? That Lemon guy, he's jokes. Who else you got? B-Love, he's jokes. There's a few on TikTok now. There's a few funny people on TikTok. It's mad, like, TikTok just used to be an app for, like, pure gimps, but now you actually get a few jokes people on there. Is HS your mate? No. Alexis Reed. You got me Vex on TikTok. Wait, what? I'm jokes. What? What do you mean, Tuka? What pair is that? The one before? Oh, I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, it was actually, let's have a look at EG. Yeah, this is Yen Basket, bro. Oh my god, bro, I just got banned. Why did I get banned, bro? What the hell? Hateful speech, bro. What? Live access by completing an optional policy training to better understand the guidelines. Oh shit, bro. Look, they're actually... Alright, I'm actually going to have to do this as well. Alright, chat, I might as well jump off now anyway. I just got banned on TikTok. I've got to complete this fucking policy training in 5 minutes to not get banned. Alright, chat. Alright, appreciate you, man, watching it. I'm going to have to jump off now. I've got to complete this policy training in the next 5 minutes. So, what is it? You'll be given 5 questions. Use the reference information to decide if each scenario is a violation. You have 2 chances to answer all the questions correctly. If you answer any question incorrectly, the training will restart. Your live access will be restored upon completing all the questions. If you don't complete the training with all questions answered correctly, you'll need to appeal and have your live access restored. Training is only provided for the first time you violate a specific reason. It won't be available again. Shit. Alright, man's got TikTok training to do, bro. I've got violation training to do. What the hell? Let's check this EU real quick. Okay, EU's just sitting there. Anyway, yeah, chat, I'll be back on... Well, Mace will be on later anyway to go, so we'll see how this EU played out. We'll see any of his trades. But yeah, boys, I do appreciate you, man, tuning in. Like I said, I'll be active on Discord. If you, man, want to message me anything, if you want to get in the Discord, boys, just go to my YouTube bio. Go to my YouTube bio and go Discord there. Get in the Discord. I'm just going to drop a message in the chat right now, in the free chat. I'm going to say, yo. So if you do need anything... If you do need anything, boys, just drop me a message. Click on my name there in gold. My name's Louis. Click on my message and my name. Message me signals, mentorship, or just message me book a call if you want to book a call with me as well, boys. But yeah, appreciate you watching it, boys. Appreciate you watching, boys, and I will catch you in the next live. Best con. Appreciate all the likes, follows, shares, subscribes, all of that. Big up to everyone. Dubs in the chat. Big up to you, man. And I'll catch you in the next one, boys. Sweet.